So get this, I'm driving on DoorDash on a record-breaking, like in years, astonishing $5.50 combined peak pay. So there's $5 peak pay, there's like a floating 50-cent peak pay that's been there for weeks, but whatever, I'll take it. $5.50 every single delivery, I get an extra $5.50. Now, I bet you're asking, Mike, if you're driving for DoorDash and your marketplace here in Pittsburgh, by the way, $5.50, A, are there even gonna be enough orders? Is it gonna be worth it? B, won't that bring out a whole lot more dashers like yourself, dude, that are driving, trying to make more money on this astounding bonus pay? Oh, and here's the thing, by the way, I only have 60 minutes, just 1 hour on $5.50 combined peak pay. Now, I am gonna dash for a couple of hours here because after that, I'm gonna get $3.50 combined peak pay. Here's the numbers we're gonna look to beat this shift here. Number one, $23 an hour. Because my last shift was still on high peak pay, it was $3.50, and I made $23 an hour over 2 hours. So can I beat $23 an hour? And then B, more peak pay. Does that mean more earnings? Like, am I gonna make more money on more peak pay? Or again, does it just mean more dasher saturation? And 5:30, and I'm online, and I'm in a power strip. So the first thing I'm thinking about, because I know I'm waiting in a good area, is how long does it take for them to send me a request? Because if I'm sitting here and I'm waiting 5, 10, 15 minutes, then again, either not enough orders and or saturation. Here's your 15-minute updates. I am currently in the same parking spots, if you couldn't notice here. 15 minutes, and it was the same thing as the $3.50 peak pay shift I just did. Nothing even to decline, literally nothing. The hotspot refreshed, doesn't matter. I'm still in a good zone. But what does a good zone do if they're not even gonna send you anything? Because again, even though it's a Friday, I guarantee this is like less orders, but probably 30%. Do they even cap it out? We never even know. Does DoorDash even cap out how many dashers they allow to? Well, I guess they do, right? Because they gray out the zone. But I am betting this is definitely like a plus 30% supply, if not close to the zone being grayed out if you couldn't schedule a dash, you know, like turning off Dash Now. By the way, all I do is help you make money in different side hustles. Consider subscribing. Let's manifest together, okay? Look, here comes an order. First one ever in, count it with me, 10, 9, 8, 7, you really gotta help me out here. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, big order, 1. I might be a while. 30-minute updates, yep. I am still in the same parking spots, waiting. I can move a little bit, but still, I mean, where am I gonna go? 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away? Still, like, imagine just dots on a map being dashers. I bet there's just dashers like everywhere, you know, in the city center here in Pittsburgh. 30 minutes, and again, not a single request, nothing. Not even a request that I can even think about declining. Now, I know what some of you are saying, and I completely agree with you. Like, dude, I knew this was gonna happen, right? I guarantee if you're a dasher, there's a good percent that are like, I knew this was gonna happen on $5.50 peak pay. Here's the thing, like with the craziness of 2020, I was driving on $4, $5, $6 peak pay in San Diego, obviously with restaurant closures, bank, easy money. Nowadays, I mean, it's a Friday, it's here in Pittsburgh, I'm in a good area, the hotspots continue to refresh right around me. All right, 1 hour total, it is $0, and I'm sure that's gonna spark a lot of interest of what is going on with peak pay and oversaturation. And funny enough, I kind of figured this was gonna happen, that literally 5 minutes before, look at this, 5 minutes before the promo was ending at 29 p.m., they sent me this, $7.50 for 4.6 miles for a Papa John's, and there was supposed to be $5.50 peak pay, which means this is what? Literally a $2 base order with no tip, going not even in a good direction, that one request. Now I will say, apparently they sent me 2 other orders, but look, I'll be real with you, right at, when was it? It was 6:24, 6:25 p.m. We had, no joke, like 6 Pittsburgh police officers swarmed this Starbucks from the left and the right and cuffed a gentleman that was standing about 10 feet in front of me, smoking a cigarette. So the Dasher app says I missed like 2 other requests, but I was in awe. And then I talked to the workers, and obviously they didn't get a lot of detail on it, but you can see how that distracted me a little bit. Don't worry, I am not done. I am still online because now there is $3.50 bonus pay. So will it be any better on not like ridiculous $5.50? Can I get more orders than like 1, 2 an hour? And am I gonna get more requests than just trickling in at the end of the hour? Funny enough, I just started recording. Is this what high peak pay is on DoorDash in 2024? Look at this. I just got this order. Is this what I should expect on peak pay? $5 and what is that? 50 cents for a Wendy's? Going 2 miles? Like, there's supposed to be $3.50 peak pay. So again, it's another $2 base pay order. Here's another one. Okay. Let's see. 2 different drop-offs. I mean, geez, it's going down there a bit, but the cash flow, $17, like dollars to miles, pretty good. So it's 1 pickup and 2 different customers. This should run me, yeah, this should run me to the end of the bonus here. I mean, man, that is just headed in an area that's not ideal. I guess I'll take it, but this is gonna run me to the end of the peak pay, which is until when? 6:29. Well, it goes until like 9 something. I can keep driving, but I was gonna do 2 hours today or so. All right, ridiculously long amount later, my first order. And you know what? I just arrived, but I need to use the bathroom after sitting there for that long. And there's a few cars at the drive-thru. It's probably gonna be a pretty even split. But yeah, I need to use the bathroom, and it shouldn't take too long. Let's go make the pickup. Wow, all right, 2 different pickups. Took a good 12 minutes or so. So if I went through the drive-through, I guarantee it would have been like, hey, pull off over there and wait. So, oh, here's another thing, very, very important, because, you know, you don't want to miss an item. I mean, like, obviously, I know, you know, restaurant, food service workers are busy enough, you know, you want them to check, but things get missed, you know what happens. So make sure, there's a little icon here on DoorDash that says there's a drink. Case in point, this store, the manager was already dealing with a customer issue, missed one of the drinks. Milkshake, drink for customer number 1, customer number 2 had 2 drinks. So I simply told him, I'm like, oh, hey, doesn't this one have a high C? He's like, it sure does, and gave me the high C, just avoiding some problems there, missing an item. Delivery number 1 done, and kudos to the customer. It was a hand it to me, and I'm like, oh, it's like, I don't know, student housing or whatever it is, and are they gonna be ready? Right on the curb, waiting, super helpful. So now, the longer one, 12 minutes, 3.8 miles. Now actually, is this a hand it to me or leave it at door? It is a leave it at door, let's go. It's a little, you know, just a little bit easier. So how do I feel about this delivery here? I'm at 6.2 miles. That was $17 as quoted. Now I did get pulled away from my typical zone, the sub marketplace, but I'm not far away. I'm headed back in there right now. That's another thing to consider. So now they have the built-in, what I've always called the shift audible, like shifting your driving from the current scheduled zone to a different scheduled zone. They have it built in. It'll either say like move to a busier zone, or do you want to switch zones if the current zone is like busy enough? All right, done, 3 hours. I think we all need to decompress and break down what just happened here. $5.50 combined peak pay, $3.50 combined peak pay, basically for the entire evening. Like strong peak pay through the entire night on a Friday, and basically nothing. So now I was just waiting. I was waiting for an order. I was gonna go again until 8:30, and I got orders like this. Like, it's fine It's fine, but that is the best way to describe it. Like fast food, yeah, dollars to mile is good, but like, is it gonna be a drive-through only? And like, we're talking $3.50 peak pay. Is this the best that you get on $3.50 peak pay in 2024? Man, I was really looking for $10+ 2-3 miles on that kind of peak pay. Because the way that this breaks down, it kind of looks like peak pay plus a base pay and little to no customer tips. Like $1 maybe customer tips here. I like DoorDash. I like doing DoorDash and food delivery, but you know, the system is supposed to work a certain way, I feel. If you're offering $3.50 peak pay, I mean, it's forecasted peak pay, right? But if there's not enough orders and all these Dashers are gonna go online, it's just not gonna make sense until some Dashers, you would think, just stop going online and then you can get some offers. But still, like, are the best offers on the peak pay still only going to priority access Dashers or the gold, silver, platinum Dashers on the rewards program? Is that why on $3.50 bonus pay I'm seeing like basically what looks like no or low customer tipping orders? So more DoorDash shifts to come in 2024, probably with peak pay, probably without peak pay. When Dash Rewards comes here, maybe I'll try to get the gold or platinum status. We'll see.